Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, July 6th. It is 6:19 right now. Market's going to open in about 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. So I got a couple of things here to update and we should be good to go. Just going to update a couple of things here. Market's pretty volatile today, based off the news. If you guys are aware, I think unemployment news came out today, so we'll see how that affects the market and how we can use that to our advantage. Just a few more things here, and we should be good to go. All right, let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. So we got a few moments for people to make their way in. And we'll get started shortly. All right, so I'm gonna start marking up liquidity here, guys. Start off with the daily. I'm not really gonna mark up the time frames anymore because they're kind of irrelevant. You just need to see what color they are. So anything above 1 hour will be blue, anything below will be red. I mean, that's the easiest way to identify liquidity. I think if you put too much emphasis on the time frame, it's gonna make you think too much. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna mark up all of the quality liquidity in blue and low quality liquidity in red. Right? I mean, they should still be identified, even though they're not necessarily the best, but they should be identified just because. I'm just going to mark up liquidity here on the daily time frame. Then I'm going to go down to the 8 hour. Then I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. You guys can see if I don't take time marking up the actual time frame, it's so much easier and so much quicker, and it gives us more efficiency with preparing for the market. So I'm just going to mark this up. It's not if once you just mark these up and you understand how to mark up liquidity with using my high-low indicator, it makes things so much easier. That's the 30-minute. All right, so here, and I'm going to change the color to red. These are weaker liquidity points. $15. $10. I think we're good to go. So we got liquidity marked up right there. The price is pretty far from current liquidity right now. Yeah, I don't even know if we'll get liquidity today. I mean, we might. Let's see. So liquidity from the bottom side is it's almost 2,000 pips away. Liquidity from the top side a bit closer, 1,300 pips away. So it's, I mean, it's pretty far, but I mean, we'll see if this ends up getting hitting. It's fine. If not, we'll have like scalp moves in between. Other than that, let's see what's here so far. Morning Kenny, morning Søren, morning Ben Hartwig, morning Casey, morning Daniel, morning Karen, morning Maria, morning CJ, morning Patricia, morning Shannon. Morning, everybody. So looks like everyone's making their way in. I got a bunch of notifications for you guys who signed up for Top Step. Thanks for using the link, guys. Patricia, Rashida, Kip, a couple of you guys here. Yeah, so if you guys use that link that I sent you guys in Top Step, you guys get the discount. Then on top of that discount, you get a $50 credit. So realistically, if you use that coupon, if you guys use this code that I posted up in the group, you're really only paying like $100 for a $150 or $150,000 challenge. So you're getting a huge discount if you guys use this link here that I sent out the other day. So if you guys want that link, just message me and I'll send it over to you guys, or I'll just repost it in here. A couple of you guys used it. I mean, Maddie's about to pass his Top Step already. If you guys want to try it out, you guys can try it out. If not, it's completely fine, right? Just wait until I confirm everything. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great because they're a legitimate company and they're based in the US. So there's a lot of recourse there if they do try to scam anybody. So morning, everybody. Got liquidity marked up right here. I marked up like the 10s over here for the 10th marks for the US30 here for the momentum pullback scalp strategy. As you guys can see, the volatility here is actually really good because you can see whenever price comes down, whenever there's a retracement, when price comes up to fill right here, it goes straight to TP. So I think this will be a pretty decent market for this type of strategy that we're applying. And you know, we'll play by ear and see where it goes. We do have news this morning, so let me check the calendar real quick. So over here on the 6th, we had news over here at 5:15. So 4:30, 5:15, 5:30. 4:30, 5:15, 5:30. I'm gonna mark that up real quick. I mean, it's pretty far from where price is currently at, so it's not really a big deal from where we currently are right now. 4:30, 5:15. And 5:30. All right, there we go. News marked up. And I think there's a couple more news events coming up over here at 6:45 and 7. All right. 6:45 and 7 o'clock. Other than that, we're good. We got news at 8 o'clock, but we're probably not going to be trading at 8 anyways, so it's not really a big deal. I guess I should mark it up anyways, just so that we're not looking to take any trades around that time. But yeah, 6:45, 7. That's it, 6:45, 7, and 8. So that's the upcoming news. Let's take a look at retail sentiment real quick so we can do overall bias. Retail sentiment is currently 63% short. So I'll mark that up. 63% short. Fundamentals are currently down 270 points. All right, so today's overall bias, retail sentiment, 63% short. Bullish. It's not very strong, but I mean, it's strong enough. Fundamentals. Currently, I mean, negative 200 points. Very bearish. We'll see how this moves on open though. So it's probably not going to hold. It's probably going to correct on open. But I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Short-term technicals, long-term technicals. All right, so short-term technicals over here, you can see on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute time frames, price is bearish. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots. The trend meter is red and the pivots are all angling down. So with that said, we have a bearish bias with regard to short-term technicals. Long-term technicals are also bearish. As you can see here on the 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour time frames, it's more of a bearish neutral because the 30 minute is bearish, one hour is bearish, but the 4 hour here is still neutral. It's swinging below the pivots, but the trend meter is barely turning blue. So with that said, we will put bearish and bearish neutral for long-term technical. So with that said, it looks like we currently have a bearish bias for the short term. Long term is still going to be bullish, of course, but right now at the specific moment, it is currently bearish. So we'll see what happens when the market opens. If the volatility remains heavy, that's going to be great because we can continue to look for some more entries regarding the momentum pullback scalp. Otherwise, we'll keep looking around for any other entries here. So if you guys took the 1 hour entry, I took the one right here at 5 o'clock. It hit my full TP. And then there was another one here at 6 o'clock, which also hit full TP. Actually, there was no 6 o'clock entry. So I know Natasha took it, but there was no entry there for 6 o'clock. All right, so that's the entry that I posted up here. And that's where I made this profit. I'm currently at 4,100 on my first account, 4,040 on my second account, 1,400 on my MFF number 1, and same 1,400 on my MFF number 2. So this is just my MT4 accounts, but for these live sessions here, obviously I'm going to be using my Top Step. That just reminds me I have to log into my Top Step. All right, we got this huge candle on open. Market is now open, guys. It's got to sit tight and let it play through. Once it comes down, we'll see if we end up going through there. All right, I'm on my trader bait right there. So here's my Top Step account. And this is where I will be taking my trades for Top Step. Still in my combine, so I'm not done with it yet. I think Maddie will probably be the first one to pass. He's been taking a lot more trades. I'm more on the safer side, so I'm not really taking anything too risky here. Anyways, market is now open. We'll see where price goes. There's no current direction right now. So for the most part, we're just going to sit tight and wait for some sort of confirmation before we decide to take a certain trade here. So we'll see. Maria's asking if Top Step is for US citizens only. I don't believe so. I think anyone can use it, but I mean, you might want to check. Just check on the website. But I don't know. I don't know as much about Top Step yet, so. This is like my first week using Top Step, guys. So like if you guys have any Top Step questions, you guys are better off asking Top Step directly. I'm just as new to Top Step as you guys are. That's why I haven't really recommended that you guys use it. But if you guys do want to use it, I do have that promo code where you'll get $50 credit, and then you also get a discounted rate. Normally it's $379 a month. Right now it's like 150 or 129 actually. Plus the 50 credit, it's like under 100. So you get 150K account. Yeah, thanks, Patricia. Patricia said anyone can use Top Step. And Sisu said he's been reading through the website and they have an actual phone number to contact someone. Yeah, they're US based, so I figured they'd have an actual customer service line. So if you guys want to check them out, feel free. Otherwise, there's no need to check them out, guys. I'm just giving you guys the option there if you guys want to, but you don't have to. So just remember that you guys don't have to do anything. All right, price is coming right back down in correction to the bias. I mean, price is still pretty far from liquidity, so I won't see any liquidity anywhere near. If it gets closer to the bottom, we'll try to take a look, but right now, it's still pretty far. Price is dropping pretty heavy right here. I'm probably not going to take any momentum pullback scalps until we have some sort of stability in the market. Obviously, you can see there's like literally no stability right now, so I'm not going to be messing with it. I just like that the volatility is pretty high, so it's very easy to get in and out of these trades if and when we have the opportunity to get in and out of these trades. Yeah, this thing's dumping. I would not chase the dump though, so just keep that in mind, guys. I would not chase it because this will probably pull back at any moment. Nice, Cameron caught a quick 222 points. Nice. This is kind of how I entered the trade here. So For the 5 o'clock entry right here, I actually woke up literally at 5 o'clock, price spiked down, and I got in super late, like right here. So I had to pull out early. That's why my profit here was only 1,460. Should have been 2,000, but it was only 1,460, and it balanced out my trade from yesterday. So with this one right here, I just got in and out manually versus letting it run. Yeah, let's see. Visual said, I love trading futures, but the only problem to place big orders, they don't execute all your orders at once. So you get in partial, and it causes a problem with slippage. So you never get a full TP. Yeah. So for my profits yesterday, visual, that's what happened to me. So it filled like about 7 contracts, and then it filled like the others right after. But sometimes it fills right away, visual. So you can see my trades over here. I don't know if you can see it, like it's kind of far on your screen, but you can see here yesterday it took 7 contracts, then it filled 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. But on my last trade down here, it took all 15 contracts at once. So yeah, there's an issue with slippage sometimes, but it's like very slight. It's like by like a second. So the slippage here on my first trade was a little bit kind of off. I still made the full profit, but on my last trade over here, I took the same thing and they all filled at the same time. You can see 15 contracts right here, and then it closed for a full TP right there with no slippage. So yeah, like you said, they're using like an actual futures broker. So like they have to fill like under real live conditions, not like FTMO where it's like 15 lots and you're in right away, right? Because they're on a synthetic server where they just kind of create their own data. With Top Step and a lot of these futures brokers, they're using actual exchange data. So they use actual YM. And that's why, like what Visual said, it's kind of hard to put in big orders because you have to actually fill those. They're not just like you're already automatically in the market. But there's pros and cons to both sides. I think the execution times on YM are a lot better. Like whenever I hit my TP, it usually closes me out right away versus sometimes there's lag with like FTMO or MFF and stuff. But I agree with you, Visual, 100%. All right, so we'll see where price is going. It's starting to trace back up right now. There's still no opportunity for entry here, guys. So don't worry, you guys are not missing out on anything. There's no liquidity here, at least not yet. Looking at this over here too, there's no entries for us to take right now at the moment. We're kind of just waiting for price to pull back up. We have news over here at 6:45. So if we get too close to news, I'm not going to be taking any trades around that time. Cutoff from this will probably be around 6:40. 5-minute gap in between is usually that period where a lot of unusual price movement may happen. So if we get close to 6:40, I'm just going to not take any trades until after news. And then we have to be careful for news again at 7 o'clock. So we'll see where this goes. Here's Vincent. He took a sell on the way down. A total profit of 405 for the day. Nice work, Vincent. So solid profits right there. Here's Sam. Sam earlier this morning locked in a total profit of 452. And then Sam locked in another profit here on open, total profit of 970 for the day. Nice work, Sam. We got Nathan over here, chased the way down too. Total profit of 3,010, full TP right there. Nice work, Nathan. You guys could have taken the breakout strategy. If you guys know the original breakout strategy, it seems like that's the trade that a lot of people took. They just took a breakout right here on open. Market open here at 630, price pushed up, came back down, strong red candle, and you could have taken this down for 500 pips if you were taking the original breakout strategy. So a lot of you guys have asked about that. All of my strategies still work. It's just, it depends on how you want to apply it. So the original breakout strategy right here, if you took it on this red candle, full TP right there for 500 pips. Not one I take, it's too risky, but it looks like a lot of guys here kind of took that move. Here's Cameron as well, total profit of 2,260 for the day. Nice work, Cameron. And we have a couple other profits here as well. We have Natasha. So Natasha locked in 700 for the day. She took the 1 hour trade that I mentioned earlier. She took the same one I took. And I think that's about it for right now. And Andrew over here as well. Andrew took a trade here, total profit of 510 during Asia session. So you guys are doing pretty good pre-market. Some of you guys took some trades here on open. There's no official trades. Those are just trades that people applied using my other strategies. But for the most part, the official strategies that we're applying here are going to be the momentum pullback scalp. And then also the, liquidity whenever they come up. But for the most part, my main focus is going to be these momentum pullback scalps, because I think these entries are probably the safest entries to take, because we're trading directly based off direction and momentum, and we're able to cut our losses early versus applying, say, something like the 1 hour strategy. You can't cut your losses here early because you have to hold it. It's a set and forget type strategy. So if you hit your loss there, you're going to be set back quite a bit before you can make that recovery back in your direction. Same with liquidity here. Liquidity, it's kind of it's a risky trade, because sometimes the liquidity level is going to be strong, sometimes it's not. Like, for example, right here, this top level is not a strong level, right? It's red. So you might want to just go for 100 pips there. And if you do that, your risk to reward is going to be kind of off. Down here is a stronger liquidity point. It's a blue liquidity. So with that said, if you take this one here, it's probably a better decision to wait for that. But then again, that entry might not even come for today. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm trying to keep things as conservative as possible for you guys to make sure that you guys basically guarantee your consistency. But the problem is, and that's why I have to stick to 3 strategies here, because if I do more than 3 strategies, everybody's going to be confused, especially the new people. So if you guys want to learn my strategies, learn them on the website. But during these live sessions, my main focus is going to be this one right here, the momentum pullback scalp. Main strategy I'll be following here, because I'll be trading live on TradingView with my TraderBait account. Liquidity is going to be more of a confluence for me. I'll still look at it, and if it's a good entry, I'll take it as an official entry. But if I don't take it, even though it wins, I'm not going to count those entries, only if I take the trade. So yeah, I mean, it's mainly 2 strategies, because this 1 hour strategy only comes up like once, and this is going to come up more often. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of moments or so. We just got to wait and see how this plays out. But right now, there's just nothing for us to take. Price is pretty much just going sideways. It's probably going to go sideways until news. It's now at 640. And then from there, hopefully price will push, above or below. I'm hoping it pushes above, then corrects back down. We need to get a buy signal. That's what we need. We need a buy signal to confirm the retracement. And then once it comes back down, we can ride this back down further for possible entry. But right now, it's just, it's not really doing too much. But you guys can see, so like this is very ideal for this momentum pullback scalp strategy, because whenever price pulls back to the next level, you can see if you take a trade down and go straight to your TP. Price comes down, retraces up. Like this technically could have been an entry right here, but I didn't take it, of course. Yeah, save. All right, so this right here would have been this right here would have been an entry, because price came down, retraced up right there. Your entry would have been at this level right here. As soon as it filled, it would have went straight to your TP. So this is like perfect market to be applying the momentum pullback strategy, because the volatility here is high enough for price to pull back, hit your entry point, go straight to your TP without even looking back, like literally no drawdown. So we'll see if we can find some more entries here, but again, we just have to wait for this news to pass at 645, and then we'll wait for some stability in the market. I mean, it's a bit overextended. So of course, I actually wanted to pull back up. So hopefully when this news candle comes up right here at 645, let me check the calendar real quick. 645 is going to be final services PMI, some inflation news. Hoping that this just spikes it back up. Just a quick spike up, and then continuation back down. 7 o'clock is very high impact news. We have ISM services PMI, some more inflation news, and then we have JOLTS job openings, basically all the openings for this month. So we'll we'll play by ear and see what we can get in from here. We got news coming up in about 2 minutes. So see, if you guys are not familiar with this momentum pullback scalp strategy, basically we're looking for direction. Right now, price is bearish. Obviously, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. We have bearish momentum right here. So we're obviously looking for sells. The way that the strategy works is we look for price to push down, we trace up, we look back at the next whole number for entry, and then we write it down for 100 pips. And then we pull out. Then we wait for the next momentum. and then we do it over and over and over again. So it's a very simple strategy. Very simple, but you would need my indicators because that's going to indicate where momentum is going. If you don't know where momentum is going, it's going to be easy for you guys to get confused and take the opposite direction. So like if you don't have my indicators here, it's going to be very difficult to identify which direction to trade, right? When price pushes back up here, do you take buys or do you take sells, right? Same with this right here. Price is coming down, it's overextended. Do you continue to take sells or do you wait for that retracement to the upside? We're waiting for the retracement so that we don't get caught in any fake outs here. Because price is way overextended right now. There's no reason to be looking for any sells right now unless like you have a good idea that price is going to keep dropping. But right now we have news coming up at 6:45. A lot of uncertainty here. I'm hoping price pushes up a little bit and comes right back down, but we'll see. It's just going to be a matter of time. Yeah, Natasha says she likes the strategy, but she can't watch the charts while she's working. Yeah, I think the 1 hour strategy is probably going to be your best option, Natasha, and that's what you've been doing anyway. So you're probably best off just holding on to that. And if you can follow along sometimes when I'm mentioning to take entries, then you can probably hop into these trades too. They're just not going to be very ideal because, I mean, obviously you're going to be too busy to be looking at the charts. All right, so there goes the news candle right there. I mean, price is still dropping lower, so we'll see. I'll just keep adjusting these levels right here. So you guys will see these black lines. These black lines are going to be the levels that I'm looking for entry. Basically, it's all the 10 marks. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 50, 70, 80, etc. I'm not going to mark up all of them, of course. It's going to be too messy. It's going to mark the ones that are nearby current price. All right, so again, what we need here is we need a buy signal, guys. We need a buy signal to come up here. Once we get that buy signal, it will confirm retracement. And once we get momentum for a sell signal back down, we can continue looking for trades in that direction. But right now, we need that buy signal. Until we get that buy signal, there's not going to be any opportunity for entry. There's a riskier way to apply this. You guys can take multiple entries. So you can see right here, as price came down, there was one entry right there. Price came back down over here. Another entry right there. Price came down right here. No entry there, but if price did come back over here, there'd be another entry. So you can see there's multiple entries per momentum. So there's like one momentum here, but there's like 3 entries that come up. You can take those 3 entries, but for me personally, I like quality over quantity. So for me, I'd rather just go for 1 entry per momentum signal. Because at that point, you know for sure price is going to push in your direction. So for me, that's pretty much what I'm going to be looking for. Just 1 entry per momentum signal. And then I'm just going to lock in and then move on to the next one, of course. All right, we've got a pending buy signal right here. So hopefully that closes. Once it closes, we'll be able to confirm the retracement, and then we can continue riding it down further. Hey T, how's it going? Morning. All right, so we're just waiting for this here to confirm. There we go. We got the buy signal right there. We just need that to close. Once it closes, we'll look for price to come back down for retracement or correction, and then we can start looking for entries again. But we need this buy signal here to close on. Once it closes, retracement, come back down, entry. I'm not entering anything, guys. Those are my messages. Let's see. Allison said, Sean, do you understand the best 30-day thing with Top Step? I'm close to passing that already today. So how many days have you traded, Allison? The best 30% requirement with Top Step, I don't know if it's still in play, but what it does is that they don't want you to make all your profit in one day. That's like basically what they're saying. Like you can't make all your profit in one day because okay, so yeah, that's why they don't. Okay, so it probably wouldn't work for you. You need to just keep trading it. So the reason why they don't want that is because they don't want you to get lucky, right? They don't want you to just get lucky once. They want to make sure that you're actually consistent and you can actually continue to do it. So like even if you pass in one day, that's you probably got lucky then, right? You probably caught like one of the sells here. Um, so yeah, because they don't want like the thing with Top Step is that they actually want people who are consistent with their trading. They don't want people who are just getting lucky off one trade and then passing their challenge right away. So with that 30% rule, you just need to keep trading it. If you just keep trading it, eventually it'll balance out. You just can't be making 30% of your profits in one day. That's basically what they're looking for. I think on average, they're looking for at least like $200 a day. So you just keep trading, even if you pass right away, and you'll be fine because even if you made that profit, you know, the next couple of days, you just have to keep trading and be consistent, like have like 1 or 2 wins a day. And even if you have a loss, you're still going to have that cushion because you made so much profit on the first day. So they sent an email to me about that. Let me see if I could find it here. Okay, so they sent me an email about that. Let me see if I can pull it up for you here. Or I'll send the link right here, Allison, and then you can take a look. Because I don't want to take away from our live analysis here. So I posted the link right there in the Zoom, and then it has the detail right there. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing that I like about Top Step, guys. The thing with Top Step is that they actually want you to succeed. So, like for example, if you lose, like if I lost 30,000, if I lost 3,000 today, they would just cut me off from trading so that I won't blow my account. If you're trading with another funding company, they don't really care if you blow your account because you'll have to buy another challenge. So they'll let you keep trading until you blow your account. With Top Step, they'll have you like cut off. Like once you're like trading on tilt and they know that you're like losing too much profit, they just cut you off and they're like, all right, bro, come back tomorrow and come back fresh because they actually want you to succeed. They're based in the US, so like they're based off good practices, and their 1 step rule is like very, very lucrative, especially with the price right now. So yeah, we'll see where this ends up going, but other than that, we're still looking for entries here, guys. So we got news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. I need a sell signal here in order for me to continue looking for sells. But we just don't have that yet. Looking over here at liquidity, there's nothing for us to take at the moment. Price is it's getting close to this level down here. It's not there yet, but it's getting close. It's about 1,000 pips away from the lower level of liquidity right there. So we'll come back and we'll see if price gets near it as we get closer. But right now, it's not there at the moment. Here is our main chart. There's no sell signal yet. We're hoping if the sell signal doesn't come up before like 654 or something like 655, then we'll just hold off because this news right here at 7 o'clock is extremely high impact. It's inflation news, ISM services PMI, and JOLTS job openings. We got 7 minutes till news to come out. I don't know if anybody's looking to take the 1 hour entry, but I probably would hold off on it. That news event is just too strong. It's way too high impact, not one that I would necessarily want to mess with. Yeah, I'm definitely not messing with the 7 o'clock. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm not going to touch it. I mean, it's probably going to hit. Like, to be honest, it's probably going to hit, but it's going to be a very risky entry because I'm like almost positive 100% that there's going to be a lot of slippage because there's going to be a big spike, I'm sure. The spikes can be enough to hit TP, but you might get caught in the position. A lot of slippage, a lot of I don't even think you could trade that event anyways for FTMO. So I wouldn't even risk it. Yeah, Maddie said he's going to hold off on it. So we'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it, of course. Yeah, Gion too. Gion said he's going to hold off on it. All right, we just need to get past 7 o'clock. Once we get past 7 o'clock, hopefully we can start looking for entries. Market should start to stabilize a bit around that time. There's just a lot of news that happened. There's news over here at 6:45, news at 7, news pre-market. I mean, just a lot of back and forthness. So we got market open right here. I'm just going to mark up opening price. We're getting a sell signal. I was hoping we didn't get a sell signal yet because I don't want the sell signal to be used up by the time that we get to this point, but we'll see. If anything, I'll probably take a later entry for it. Because you can take multiple entries per momentum. I was hoping the sell signal would not come up yet. And price would just keep pushing up so that when it does get to this point, we'll be able to ride it back down, but it does not look like that's going to be the case here. It's too close to news. I'm not going to mess with it. I don't know. Are you looking to take this, Maddie? Maddie Gian? Not yet, but we'll see. I'll mark it up for you guys. I mean, it looks like such a good entry, but I don't want to take it. It's just way too risky. It's too close to news. Tempted, but I'm going to hold off on it. So if I see an entry here, I'll mark it up for you guys, and then we'll take a look for something here. Yeah, Gian said he's going to wait until 5 minutes after. Maddie's going to sit. I'm going to sit too, guys. There's no point in risking it right here. I know it's like you're going to get FOMO looking at this, but I'm not going to take it. Okay, so right here, if price closes where it's currently at, if price pulls up right here, that's going to be your entry point. If you're looking to take the trade, I'm not going to take it, but we'll mark it up and we'll follow it and see how it plays through. There's actually no entry right there, Natasha. Natasha said she took it for a partial, but there's no entry yet. You got to wait for the candle to close. The candle close will be the retracement, and the pullback to that whole number would be the entry point. But it never pulled back and it never closed. So I think you should hold off on these, Natasha, because I don't think you understand the strategy, at least not yet. All right, so price continues to drop lower. We're going to look for, again, the same thing, retracement. So it's really just momentum, trade in the direction of market. Market is obviously bearish right here. Price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. We got to sell momentum right here. We're looking for price to push down, retrace, and then enter on the pullback. So there's no entry for it yet. We're still following it, but we're getting really close to news price right here. So I'm not going to take it because I'm going to get caught in the position if it ends up to spike. Because it's probably going to spike. In my opinion, I think price will probably spike at 7 o'clock. It's very high impact news, Joel's job openings plus ISM services or whatever it is. It's inflation news. All right, so this is still the entry point right here. And she said my finger was hovering so hard. Trust me, I would have wanted to too. But so here's the good thing. You guys can see if I'm entering the trade or not because I'll have this box open. If I don't have this box open, then I'm not entering the trade. That's how you guys will know I'm not even waiting to enter the trade. And I think this helps me because I can't FOMO into the position. I can't just FOMO into a trade because you guys will see me enter the trade. Before I could just go on MC4 and just click buy or sell. You guys wouldn't even know if I'm in the position, right? Now, if I enter a trade here on TradingView, you'll like literally see me set this up and you'll see me waiting with my button hovering over it. So not taking the trade here. I think this is beneficial for both of us. It kind of forces me to not FOMO into trades. And then it also forces you to really understand, you know, when am I taking these entries? Am I taking it or am I not? And obviously right now, I'm definitely not taking the entry. So just a heads up, guys. For you guys, I want to make sure that you guys are 100%. I mean, if you guys just take what we take here in the live, there should be no problem with you not passing. I mean, anything that you're taking, whatever platform, whatever funding company you guys are trying out. Price still has not filled the order. So the order would be right here. This is where the pending sell would be. You got news coming in 2 minutes. I would not take the trade, guys. I'm just following it, but I would not take the trade because we do have news right here at 7 o'clock and it is very high impact. Man, tomorrow's gonna be crazy for NFP. So we'll see what's going on there too. All right, we got a minute till news. Again, I don't recommend you guys take the trade. We got a minute till news. I'm hoping the trade just never comes. And then once we have the opportunity to take the trade, then we can hop in. But right now, Allison's asking, could you reiterate how are you finding entry point when you get a chance? The entry point is going to be at the whole number, Allison. So we have direction here. First, we identify direction. We have momentum. We have price below the pivots. We have the trend meter down below. So we're basically looking for direction here. Right here, we have direction for a sell. We have price coming back down. And then we're looking for a retracement. So price came down right here. We had this green candle, which was a retracement. The whole number right here, which is 34,140 is where entry point would be taken. If we had the retracement down here, then entry point would have been right here at 34,130. So basically at the 10th of the number, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, that's where your entry point would be made past the retracement. So there goes a spike that we were looking for on the news candle. But yeah, the entries are taken at basically the whole number, the 10th of a whole number, basically. I don't know how to pronounce what we'd call that, but basically at the 10th. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 90, etc. All right, so we got price pushing down right here. This is cool. I'm gonna wait for price to stabilize after this news is passed. I already marked up news price right there. So what we need here is we need price to kind of push out of this area. Price is just going sideways right here. And we don't want this. We want price to push out of this area. So I need price to push out. I mean, this is basically what we need. Let me just mark it up for you guys. We need price to push away, retrace up a little further. And that's where we make our entry. So price comes down, retraces, hits the area right there. That's where we make our entry from that point. So I'm not going to take the entry right here. Price is still going sideways, and we actually need some sort of direction right now, because there's just no direction. Price did drop a little bit from news right here, but it wasn't enough to really push away from where price was ranging, right? Andrew said got arthritis from holding off. I know, bro. Same here, man. It's like the worst FOMO, because like the trade's gonna hit and you just want to be safe and you don't want to take it. But see, you could have taken any sell at this point and it would have hit. It's just we didn't know for sure that this was going to play out. So, all right, price is now dropping lower. This is exactly what we wanted. All right, so as price pushes away right there, I'm going to go and mark up the clean chart over here so that you guys have an idea of where price has been moving today. There's been some direction today. So today's a little bit better than usual. Lately, the market's been kind of just very slow and not really too much going on, but now market's actually moving, specifically based off the news. There was a lot of news this morning. All right, so price is retracing right here. Entry point would be somewhere around this point right here if we get that retracement. But again, we would need to wait for that retracement candle. Yeah, Andrew said the pivot scalp hit as well, but because of the news, he didn't take a trade. Yeah. Sucks, man. It sucks when it falls around news price and news time. So, all right, I'm just gonna wait for this to confirm the retracement. There's still no retracement here. I don't know what happened to my timer. Oh, there we go. All right, still no retracement. I'm looking for that green candle to confirm the retracement, and then I'm going to try to catch it as it pushes down further, but we just do not have that yet right now. So I'll just keep inching this down a little lower. All right, so we got some retracement right here. But again, this candle has to close. We're looking for a green candle to close. That green candle is going to confirm the retracement. And then once we have that, we can start looking for the whole number for entry point, but we just don't have that right now. So price is continuing to drop. Yeah, exactly. CJ said there was a lot of confluences, but news messed this up. Yeah. Because this news candle could have easily went either direction, right? Wait, let's check news real quick. Let's see what happened. So the news was negative. Last month, or let me see. Okay, so for last month, there were 10.32 million jobs available. Now there's 9.82 jobs available. They were forecasting to be 9.93. There's actually a lot less jobs that are available right now. A lot of this goes hand in hand with, recession talks. So that's why it heavily affects the market, because people are worried that the recession is starting to, set in, and people are starting to lose their jobs and get laid off. So, all right, prices were tracing up right here. If this retraces up to this point, entry point would be right there at the 10 mark. But again, I'd probably have to wait for it to actually close to confirm it, because it can actually happen right here at the 100 mark, but it might not even close as a retracement candle. All right, so the entry is actually right there, the 100 mark. But I don't know if this is going to get filled. Price is a bit overextended. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna wait for it to pull back a little more before I set my order. I'm gonna wait because this thing might pull back a little further. Or if anything, I might just enter it manually to get into some drawdown. Watching it to get to that point. Damn, I fucking missed it. That thing would have hit TP2 right there. Well, I don't know if it would have filled because it doesn't look like it got to the line, but I think if I had a pending order, it would have filled it. Well, let's put a pending order right there. Did you get it, Maddie? It filled for you? If it filled, I'm just going to cancel my order. Yeah, so Maddie actually took it and it hit. I should have just put in my pending order, but Maddie entered manually. And then it already filled his order and he's pretty much out of it. All right, so I'm going to cancel this. It's too far down now. So you guys will see, if I had my pending order there, it would have just filled it and it would have went straight to my TP. Unfortunately, I got a little cold feet there. Didn't get in, but it's all good. So we'll wait for that next opportunity here to come up. Here's Sam. Sam actually took the sell too. Total profit on Sam's side, 1,547 for the day. Nice work, Sam. Yeah, you guys are doing good. So great work, guys, right there. Natasha entered as well. She made a small profit. Solid. Zach over here currently up 2,780 for the day. Just one trade. Nice work, Zach. Full TP on that move. Yeah, so Vincent over here just messaged me regarding once you become a so once you get funded with Top Step, guys, you're now considered a professional trader. So once you're considered a professional trader by the exchange, because the exchange is going to see you as a professional trader. If you're making money trading and you're legit, obviously you're a professional trader, right? So the thing with Top Step is that since they're based in the US, they have to report that to the exchange and the SEC and stuff. So like basically, once you get funded with Top Step, they consider you a professional trader and you have to pay full price for the data. So for why I'm right here, if you're just paying like $4 a month or $6 a month, that's because you're not a professional trader. But once you get funded with Top Step, you're classified as a professional trader and you have to pay about, I think it's like $120 a month for this data. So just to give you guys a heads up, so there's no surprises. There's going to be more fees that come in when you're trading with Top Step, but you're trading with a more legitimate broker, not broker, but funding company that has to fall under a lot of regulation because they're based here in the US and you are trading futures. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are trading with, or you guys do decide to trade with Top Step, that you'll be classified as a professional trader, which it shouldn't be a problem. If you guys are taking trades here and you're making like $1,000 a day, what's $100 a month, right? It's nothing. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'd rather make thousands of dollars a day and pay $100 in data fees than to just be not profitable forever, right? Because it comes with the with trading, like it's just a pass-through expense. When you guys become a professional trader and you guys are actually very profitable, then these expenses are going to come in. So just keep that in mind, guys, so that you guys aren't like surprised. But if you're just doing the challenge and you're doing, or the combine, they call it a combine. If you're still doing the combine, then you don't have to worry because you don't have to pay those fees yet, since you're not like really if you haven't proven yourself, they're not going to classify you as a professional trader yet. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I missed the entry here again. There was another opportunity right there for a momentum pullback scalp. Looks like it's starting to hit TP. Yeah, it's too late. Fuck my life. It's okay. All right. So, all right, guys, I'm going to stop answering questions. If you guys have questions, you guys can put them in the chat, but I'm not going to look at the questions right now. I just missed like 2 trades. So on the next one, I'm just going to I'm going to be focusing on the charts right now, guys, because these trades come in too quickly. So yeah, if you guys have questions, you guys feel free to put your questions in the chat and stuff, but I'm not going to look at them until like towards the end. 7:10 right now. I still have like about 50 minutes till 8. So I want to take at least 1 trade from now until then. So yeah, if you guys have questions, just feel free to put them in, but I'm not going to answer them. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. I'm just not going to answer the questions right now. Well, I mean, yeah, I am ignoring it, but I'll get back to it at the end of the session. It's getting close to liquidity down here too, guys. I mean, if the price is overextended though, so I don't know if I would take this liquidity right here. Personally, I don't know if I would take it. I'd probably wait for price to retrace up a little bit. And then as it comes back down, I'll be looking for, possible entry here. If that's the case, then I would be okay with taking a scalp that comes even lower from here. Okay, so there goes that spike up right there, that little retracement. So I actually want price to confirm the retracement right here, and then I'll look for possible entry. So I'm done with this momentum here. I don't want to take any more trades off this momentum push. I want price to actually retrace up and then come back down. So I want this buy signal here to actually close, and then I'll catch it as it comes right back down. Yeah, so I want that right there to close. And then once it closes, I'll write it back down when I have that opportunity to make entry. This thing might just come down and hit TP again. There's technically another entry that came up right here if you were looking to continue riding the momentum, but it's probably going to hit, but I'm not going to hop into this. I'm going to wait for the retracement to confirm first. Yep, and it hit. Go figure, huh, Eddie? Yeah, so you guys can see right here, when you have one momentum signal, there's like multiple entries that you guys can take. There was one right here, there was one right here, there was one right here, there's another one right there. There's like 3 entries that came up off just this one momentum right here. You guys can trade that way. That's like the original way of applying it, but I think it's a little too risky. So for me, in order to focus on more quality entries, I just take 1 entry per momentum. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 entries you can take in between, but I'm not going to take that risk, right? I want to make sure that I'm taking only quality entries because I don't really care about volume. I care about like having definite wins so that I'm not too worried about getting caught in drawdown or having to pull out. So yeah, just want to you guys a heads up. So let's see, Anderson said that might be the case once they put you into a live account, but when you are in their performance counts, you don't have to pay that fee. Yeah, you're right, Anderson, 100%. If you're doing the combine, you don't have to pay the fee for the data yet, because you're not considered a professional trader yet. Once you sign the contract and you agree that you're a professional trader, then at that point, they send that data over to the CBOT or CME group, and then you basically get registered as a professional trader. I don't know if you get registered, but they do have data on you where they'll say that you are a professional trader. Daniel said, "I identify as a noob," right? All right, so let's see if there's anything else here. Question from Aiden. Aiden's asking if I'm looking for consolidation or anything before it hits liquidity. Yes, I'd be looking for consolidation or the retracement, like what happened right here. All right, we have another sell momentum here. This is exactly what I was looking for. So I want that sell momentum to close, and then I want to see a retracement. But we need that sell momentum to actually close for me to look for entry there. All right, no sell momentum yet. I mean, it's fine. Price could push up if it wants. It's not really too big of a deal. We actually want price to retrace up. It's too close down there anyways. So it was due for retracement. You guys can see how far it pushed down from this upper area right here, came down for some consolidation, dropped heavily right here. Now it's retracing back up. So this is fine. We actually want price to retrace right here. You know how we typically look for price to come down, kind of bounce around here for a bit, pull up, stop people out, come back down, stop people out again, come back down, and then blast right through. You guys know how that pattern works. It's kind of like a head and shoulders. I didn't realize that, but it does look kind of like a head and shoulders now that I've like mentioned it. Head to stop people out, and then it comes back down. So it's crazy because I don't trade patterns, but a lot of these patterns that I mark up, they look very similar to other patterns that people trade, like head and shoulders and stuff like that. All right, so I need that sell signal to come up. Once the sell signal comes up, we can start looking for another possible momentum pullback scalp. Until we get that, we just got to sit tight and wait. There's no need to force anything. Just got to wait for this here to come to us. I think that's the main problem with a lot of people trading, is that they don't have the patience or discipline to wait for the trade to come to them. And that's really what it is. It's really just waiting for that opportunity. And once that opportunity comes in, you just have to execute on it. So we're really just looking for the momentum signal. Once we get that momentum signal, we can start looking for the setup. So as you guys can see, everything kind of, it flows in order. You look for directions. Right now we have a bearish direction right now. Price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. We obviously have a bearish trend. The next thing that we need is bearish momentum. Once we get that bearish momentum right here, we can now look for the pullback retracement. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, Patrick said when your system is price action based, a lot of patterns and systems tend to overlap. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Like all of our trading here is based mainly off like trended momentum, but price action is where we make entry. So we use trended momentum to identify the direction, like I mentioned, and then like you said, the price action that sets up. Like even though we don't call it price action, it's literally price action. You're looking how price reacts to certain price points and stuff like that. So yeah, like I've told you guys in the past, there's no one way to trade. It doesn't matter whether you call it price action, whether you call it support resistance, order blocks, supply and demand, whatever you want to call it, liquidity. As long as it works for you, then continue to apply it. Don't get too caught up with like special names and stuff. I feel like a lot of people, they try to give things like very special names and they think they're doing something different, but realistically, they're doing something that a lot of other people are doing. They just call it a different name. So yeah, that's why I never knock anybody's strategy. If anybody ever comes into the room and explains a strategy to me, I'm like all ears, because that explanation can help us find something else that we might have been missing. But anyways, guys, there's no movement right here. I need price to actually push away from this area. Price is just ranging and consolidating right here. So even if we get a sell signal, I'm not going to be looking for entry. I need price to actually push out of this area. So if I need that sell signal to push out of here, look for retracement, look for a further retracement, and I'm gonna write it down. That's what I'm looking for here. So I'm looking for price to come down, retrace up to a level. And then once it retraces up to that level, I'm gonna look for price to actually get to that price point, the whole number, and I'm gonna write it back down. That's how I make my entry. So it's really just, it's a waiting game. It's patience and waiting and discipline and just being ready for that move to actually happen. So there we go with that sell signal. Now we just need it to close. The biggest problem with this is just waiting for the confirmation for it to actually close. So I'm waiting for it to close here. We got about 26 seconds on this candle. All right, we got 10 seconds. Need that sell signal. All right, no sell signal, and it looks like it pulled right back. All right, here we go. Another opportunity right here. I mean, there's not really much movement, guys, so. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just keeps going sideways for like the next 20 minutes. And then at like the last 10 minutes until 8, it actually moves. Yeah, just be careful with any entries right here. I mean, it's getting close to liquidity, but it's not that close. I mean, it's close, but depending on how this moves, like if this thing just slightly touches this level, I probably would hold off on it. Like if you don't actually get a nice candle that pushes through it, I'd probably hold off on it because there's no power behind that push. If you get a decent sized candle and it kind of just blasts right through it, then yeah, okay, at that point, maybe I'll take the liquidity, or I'd be maybe thinking about taking the liquidity because it's going to be enough volume to push it down to your TP. All right, still no sell signal. I mean, it's pending, but it's not there yet. Yeah, Maddie said I wanted to push and break the low, then retrace and catch a pullback. I need to get out of this range. Yeah, 100%, Maddie. That's exactly what I'm looking for too. We need price to break out of this range. Once it breaks out of it, we can start looking for possible entry. But right now it's just not looking like that. It's kind of just going back and forth. The structure I drew earlier is still there. All right, let me go back to liquidity. Let's see if the liquidity got blasted through. It touched it, but again, like I mentioned, it wasn't really a strong push. So this here might be a fake out. I probably would hold off on entering just now and then wait for it to retrace back and then push right through. We'll follow it, but I'm not going to take that trade. So there goes the sell signal. I'm going to look for retracement here. We finally got the sell signal. Now I am looking for retracement. So the liquidity right there looks like it got hit, guys. If you guys took it, great. If you guys didn't, it's completely fine. But liquidity did get hit there for 100 pips. You can see it wasn't a clean move though. Now price is kind of retracing up a little bit. Yeah, Maddie also mentioned that as a triple confluence too. The volume here is just too slow. I'm hoping it picks up. Earlier it was looking nice because the volume was just pushing back and forth, but now it's kind of just going really slow back and I wouldn't even say back and forth. It's kind of just going slow in general. All right. So we got some profits over here from Casey. Casey locked in a total profit of 1,014 for the day. Nice work, Casey. Here's Sam. His order got slipped right there. Nice. A lot of profits over here. I'll come back and take a look at that stuff later. All right, so I'm looking for the retracement still. We still don't have that retracement. I mean, the full 300 move for the liquidity there is still technically running, but if you guys take the 100, it already hit. The volume right now is just not good because the thing is you don't want to get caught in this position for too long. Typically, you want it to push up, hit your entry point, and then come right back down. But right here, the volume is so slow that you might be holding on to this position a little longer than you need to. Typically, you want to be in and out of the position within like the first couple of minutes. But the way that these candles are moving right here, I mean, this thing is like, it's just way too slow. 6-4. Where'd you get in, Maddie? 6-4. I don't see the number there, bro. Oh, liquidity. Oh, you're in profit. Okay. I was like, where'd you get in from that price point? Nice. So you're in profit. Maddie took the liquidity earlier. He's in profit 6,473 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. I thought you got in at that price point. I was like looking at the price point and I don't see anything there. Looks like the volume just died down. If you guys look at the current candles right now, there's like no movement at all. It's just flat for the most part. All right, let's see if this pushes up above here. This may provide opportunity for entry here for a sell. $50. I'll see, I'll put the pending order right there. See if I could ride this. I mean, if it retraces up that high, if not, I'm just gonna cancel it, of course. There's the thing about this pending orders, like the pending orders, they're not as good if the market's not moving fast enough. Let's see if it comes up. Nope. I have to just cancel it. Yeah, you guys can see the volume here is like super dead. It's not even moving at all. I'm just gonna cancel it. I don't want to risk getting pulled into a position that I don't want to be in. Like typically typically the market should be moving fast where it's like trigger, full TP, trigger, full TP, trigger, full TP. Right now, it's not really doing anything. It's just going sideways. The last thing you want is you have a pending order there and then price goes sideways for like a good 20 minutes. And all of a sudden it spikes up and stops you out, right? Because at that point, you're like been holding that pending order for too long. So I just canceled my order, guys. I'm going to wait for another opportunity here. Hopefully price pushes down a little bit, retraces up, gives me another opportunity for entry. And then from there, I can take the trade. But right now, I'm not going to take that risk. It's just not worth the risk at the moment. Liquidity is still technically running though. Hey, Dijon. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Kenny's asking, hey, Sean, are you using Top Step as your off? What do you mean by that, Kenny? My off account? I think you mean official account. But what do you mean by official account? If you do mean official account, what do you mean by that? Because I mean, they're all official accounts. So, and you can't copy these to MT4. So, I mean, this is the only account I have for TradingView, and then my FTMO is like my main account for my copy on MT4, but they don't copy to each other. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to clarify, I can answer, but I'm not sure what you mean by by off account. I'm assuming you mean official, offer for short for official. But if that's the case, I still don't know how to answer it because they're all official accounts. All right, so let's take a look at people's profits right now. There's nothing going on. Volatility is very low. So until volatility picks up, let's take a look at people's profits for the moment. So Natasha over here took the trade right there for liquidity, total profit of 2,030 for the day. Nice work, Natasha. All wins, as you guys can see here. And Natasha's trading on her phone, guys. So she's killing it on her phone. We got Maddie over here. Here's his MT4, first account, total profit of 500. Here is Maddie's second account, total profit of 1,000, all wins. And here is Maddie's top step account, total profit of 6,473. Nice work, Maddie. So Maddie's almost done to passing his combine and getting funded. So you just need let's see, you're at 4,000, you need about like 3,500 to pass. And it's a one-step pass. So once Maddie gets that 9,000, he's pretty much funded immediately. So nice work, Maddie. Johnny over here locked in a total profit of 540 for the day. Nice work, Johnny, with this right here. So solid profit off that. And then we have Andrew over here. Andrew said he should have let it run, but it's all good. Yeah, so Andrew over here locked in a total profit of 945. Yeah, no, it's better to be safe than sorry, Andrew. There's no point in risking it, especially when the market's like this. If it was moving up and down quickly, then, go ahead and let it run. But the last thing you want to do is hold on to a position. And then all of a sudden, something random happens and price just spikes. Because that's typically what happens when price starts to squeeze like this. If it starts to squeeze and go sideways, it's just preparing for a spike. The spike's going to happen either in your favor or against you. And it's better to just be out of the market rather than, hoping that that'll play through. All right, let me see if there's anything else here. So we got Sisuk over here, total profit of 7,450 for the day. Nice work, Sisuk. All wins right here. Straight TPs with those green strips too. So solid work right there, Sisuk. Catching those sells. And then here's Sisuk's other account, total profit of 8,200 for the day. All wins as well. So nice work right there, Sisuk. Let's see what we got over here. I think that's it for now. I think Casey already posted his profits, so we're good on that. Other than that, we're cool. Let me see if there's anything else for us to take here. I'm still looking for entries, guys, but don't worry. It's still 7:30 right now, so we have about 30 minutes till 8. I'm hoping we get some volatility up in here. If you don't have any volatility, I'm not going to force any trades. I mean, I'm up pretty heavy for the day so far already, so I'm not really looking to risk too much. I haven't taken anything on my top step today yet, but on my other accounts, I'm doing pretty okay. Yeah, because this is so one of my MFFs is getting a payout. I'm getting a new account login for that, so that's why I only have 2 MFFs right now. But for this one, I got 4140 plus 4,040 plus 1,400 plus 1,400. I'm up 10,980 right now for my FTMOs and MFF. So I'm not really forcing anything. Once you guys find the consistency and you guys have the discipline to just lock in trades and be okay with it, then it's cool. I missed like 4 trades today, but I'm still up in profit. So as long as you close out the day in the green, I think that's the main thing that you guys got to focus on. Just focus on having a green day every day, whether you miss a trade or whether you got into a trade by accident. As long as you close the day in the green every single day, by the end of the week, you'll have, a bunch of profits. So it's really just having that discipline not to get greedy and start FOMOing into some dumb trades. Cause I'm sure that's typically what happens to a lot of you guys. You guys will be in a good position and then you get this FOMO or greed and then you end up taking some dumb trades. And then from that point, you just lose all the profits that you made building up to that point. So yeah, I'm going to exercise my discipline right now. And I'm going to take trades if I see something good, but if the volatility doesn't pick up, I'm going to hold off and I'm just going to wait for a better opportunity to play out. Another thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that this is it's a holiday week. I know a lot of you guys might have forgotten that today is Thursday, but we're halfway through the week already. So just keep that in mind. You guys don't want to like mess up towards the end of the week when you can just close out the week in a good green count and rerun it back on the next week. But anyway, some profit over here for Martha. Martha locked in 3,506 for the day. Nice work, Martha. All wins. So solid work right there, Martha. Let's see. Anderson said if he made 6,000 today, way over. Yeah, no. So he didn't make 6,000 today. That's just in total. Because the liquidity push, I think he took it for 100 pips. So for Maddie's profit so far, he's been making like a couple $100 a day. So like on July 5th, he was up 198 or 1,198. Yesterday, he was up 3,548. So he was up about 2,000. And then today he was up 6,000. So he made about 1,000 to 2,000 today, Anderson. So he's good. It's consistent. Every day he's made about 1,000, 2,000 per day. So I think he should be solid. If he just continues to make like a couple $1,000 a day, it's going to stay with the consistency requirement. But yeah, no, and I agree with you too. That 30% rule is kind of annoying, but it's because they want people to actually be consistent with their trading, not just getting lucky with their entries. There was an entry right here, guys. I'm not going to take this one though. I'm going to wait for the next momentum signal because I already missed the 2 entries over here. So I'm going to wait for the next momentum signal to provide opportunity because there was actually the entries that came up over here already. I think it was like this one, right? Or something like that. There was one entry that came up here and I don't want to get in too late from where price is currently at. So I'm going to wait for momentum to pull back because the entry already came up. I'm only taking one entry per momentum signal. And then when it comes back down, then I'll be looking for that next entry. Right now, I'm going to hold off on this. Yeah, so the liquidity here hit full TP. If anybody caught it, full TP for 300 pips right there. Pretty solid push. I'm not going to count the trade. The trade here did hit full TP, but I didn't take it on my own personal account. So I'm not going to count this as a win. Even though it was a full win here, I'm not going to count the trade. Only taking the ones that I personally take myself. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, price is coming back down. So if price comes back down and provides that sell signal, then that's going to be my opportunity for entry. It's getting close to 8 o'clock though. So as it gets closer to 8, I'm probably going to call it off. But if I do get something from now until say 7:40, 7:45, then I'll probably still take that trade. But if we get closer to 8 o'clock, I'm just going to wrap it up because there's no point in me forcing trades here. Let's take a look at sentiment. Sentiment has dropped a lot. It's now 58% short. It's like a lot of people are pulling out. I mean, it's still bearish, but 58% short, it's a big drop in comparison. Let's take a look at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are down extremely heavily. So this is where you want to be careful taking sells, guys, because it's down so heavy right now, 400 points, almost 500 points. Yeah, so it says Dow slides 400 points after strong jobs data prompt fear of more Fed tightening ahead, which I'm not surprised, right? I'm pretty sure they're going to keep tightening. They're going to have to eventually. But yeah, at this point, you want to be really careful about taking any sells, especially if price is overextended like it is right now, because if that's the case, then this thing could easily just pull back and do the opposite on you. So we'll see. I'm going to keep looking for any possible entries here. I just want to make sure that the volatility is high enough so that I can actually hit, my profit target versus getting caught in a sideways movement for like a good 10, 20 minutes. All right, Van Harwood, we'll see you back here tomorrow. All right, looks like a lot of you guys here are just logging off for the day. So if you guys are done, that's fine. But we are going to continue looking for any possible entries here. We got Patrick over here. Patrick had a great day. So Patrick said all green strips today. Nice work, Patrick. He let them all hit full TP. Total profit of 4,765 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. Yeah, solid. All right, nice work, Patrick. Other than that, it's getting close to 8 o'clock, guys. So you guys can see the market is not moving very smoothly. So, I mean, unfortunately, it looks like we might not be able to get an entry from now until 8. It seems like a lot of you guys already locked in profits though from like the liquidity push, either for 100 pips or for the full 300. Some of you guys also took the 1 hour entry from earlier today. The 8 o'clock might come up, but we'll see. And unfortunately, I missed so many of these entries here. There was like about like 3 or 4. I thought I'd be doing better since I'm trading directly on TradingView, but I got a little bit sidetracked with a couple of questions today, and I wasn't able to focus on the chart. So unfortunately, I missed a couple entries for here. This momentum signal that came up at 654. There's a couple entries that came up here. The only problem is that we had news here at 7, so I couldn't take the entry there. But there was a couple entries here that came up that I missed, unfortunately. But it's all good. I did see that some of you guys did catch those. And then there was one right here too that I missed as well because I was answering a question, unfortunately. But it's okay, guys. You know, just knowing that these entries are hitting are good enough for me, because this is just this is allowing me to forward test the trades and understand that, you know, it does work and it's very consistent regardless of the conditions or regardless of news that comes out. The strategy still works very well. So it's a big plus for all of us here. All right, we got that sell signal right there. Let me see if this pulls up to this point here to provide possible entry. See what that price went there, 400. All right, let's see where this closes. If this closes with a retracement, there may be possibility for entry right there. It looks like the 1 hour liquidity got hit too. Yeah, I could have entered right there. Okay. So this is where it gets kind of tricky when it closes right on the whole number. Technically, I mean, in the past, I've entered right at that specific number, but I'm gonna wait for this to pull back a little bit, guys, because the way that the market's moving right now, it looks a bit overextended. I think it might fake out right here, pull back a little bit, and then come back down. But right now, where price is currently sitting, and I don't like how it's moving right here. You guys can see how we have some volatility, and then it just dies down. This is what you don't want to be trading in, because this is just setting up for a fake out. So you can see right here, I do have my pending order ready, but I have not set it yet. I'm just waiting, because the last thing I want to do is enter a trade here and then it just goes opposite on me, because there's just no volatility right now. Typically, you want to be in and out of these trades super quickly. And the way that these candles here are moving, it's not the volatility that we're looking for, especially not for a scalp type move. I mean, either way, the trade hasn't been filled yet, so I'm gonna keep watching. So I'm not in this position here yet. I'm gonna see if maybe I want to enter late, but I'm just watching right now to see where it goes. Because if anything, if it pushes farther back, then I can just make a later entry. Yeah, the volatility here is just very, very low. And price is super overextended too from where it's currently at. So I'm not really looking to take entry here. So I'm just following, guys, but I'm not in the position. You can see I have my pending order still waiting right here. I haven't filled it. I mean, it wouldn't matter because if I filled it right now, it wouldn't get filled either way. And there's a double body right here, just like what Daniel said. So it's a bit of a sketchy move because this is a V1 pattern. So retracement to the upside. I'm just gonna watch. I'm not gonna bother entering it, guys. It's just it's too much of a messy move here, and I don't have the stomach to really sit through this, especially if it's moving so slow like this. Typically, I want it to hit, and then I want it to immediately go down and just spike to my TP. Right now, it's just not doing that. It's going back and forth, lots of slow movements. It's kind of trash right now. And if this candle does close up, I would have closed out for a small loss anyway. So even if this buy signal here closed, I would have closed out for less than 100 pip loss. So it'd be like less than a 1-to-1, if not a 1-to-1. So I'm super glad I didn't take the entry here. I had a feeling this was going to happen. And thank God we didn't have that trade. All right, so I'm gonna close that right there. I'm just gonna wait. It's getting close to 8 o'clock though. So if there's any other questions, guys, feel free to put them in the chat. I had a feeling this was gonna play out. Price is overextended. It's been dropping down super heavily right here. And I had a feeling that this here was going to pop up eventually. I mean, not to say that price won't come back down, but for this strategy here, if I was to take this trade, I would have had to cut my losses at 100 pips. So it'd be a small loss, very minimal loss. But I avoided that loss by understanding, price action here. That's why I was saying to you guys that this strategy is not something that I can teach you guys like the other strategies. It's not something where I just give you guys requirements and then you guys take the trade. For this strategy here, it requires that you understand the requirements, but it also requires that you understand market structure and price action, because this right here could have been taken by anybody. But since you guys had me here on the live session, I was able to explain to you guys why I didn't want to take it. Volume was too low, volatility was too low, price was overextended, price had to retrace up a little bit, and that's why I decided not to take the trade. Thankfully, I didn't take it because I'd have a loss out of this trade. And another thing too is Daniel here also mentioned that there was a double body right here off this lower low. This is a reversal pattern. So that's another thing with price action, identifying that price was going to, push in the opposite direction. But you can see right here that the trade is still technically running. I'm not going to FOMO into it though. I'm just going to let it play out, but I'm not in this position. But if I did hold on to it, it looks like it would have still been running right now. But yeah, I'm not going to FOMO into it. It's a weird market right now. Volatility is kind of low. And it's just correcting back down, but there you go, full TP. So you can see the strategy works, but my analysis here did play out where I still would have to close out earlier for a loss. So either way, it'd be a lose-lose situation for me, because I cut out for a loss and then price would come down, hit my TP, and then I would be annoyed at that point because I should have just held on to the trade. But it's just following the strategy, how it's supposed to be applied. All right, so it's getting close to 8 o'clock, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the day. I don't like the way that the market's moving. As you guys can see, price is just going sideways. This is not the type of market that you want to trade in. Typically, when you guys are taking these types of entries, you want the market to be moving like how it was over here at 6:30. The only problem that at 6:30, we had news at 6:45 right here, basically these pink lines. So we couldn't take trades on these points. But this is typically where you want to take these entries, because you can see how price pulls back, or it comes down, pulls back. This is your entry point right there. So this is where you would have made your entry for the momentum pullback scalp, right? Full TP right there. And then the same thing again right here. As price drops down even further, price retraces up and provides opportunities for entry right here. But the problem is where price is currently at right now, there's no opportunities, right? You can see that price is like literally going sideways right here. And it's not good at all. So price just keeps going sideways, not really worth the effort to really risk to get into a trade here. Because if you look here on the clean chart, I mean, it's even more clear here that this is not a good market to be trading in. Tomorrow is NFP. I will be trading tomorrow, so hopefully we'll maybe get a few trades in tomorrow before we wrap up the week. But it is a holiday week, so this was expected. You know, market was not supposed to be moving very much. This is not the type of market you want to trade in anyways, where price is just going sideways right here. And it's like not even a big sideways movement. It's a small little consolidation right here. And price can really spike in either direction, possibly, you know, stopping you out. So, all right, guys. So I think that's it for today. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Yeah, we got Johnny over here at 540 for the day. Nice work, Johnny. Here's Kevin over here. Kevin started a Top Step account last night as well. He's currently at 1,900. Nice work, Kevin. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys are trying out Top Step. Thanks to you guys who are using my link. I did get email confirmations for a pretty good amount of you guys who used my link. Both of us got $50, so I got a free challenge. So thanks to you guys. It took only 3 of you guys for me to get a free challenge. So now I'm going to get a free 150K challenge. And then I'm just going to keep stacking them. I have like 350K challenges, and then you guys got $50 too. So if you guys, again, if you guys use my link here for Top Step, I just have the link over here. If you guys use this link, if I click on it right here, well, yeah, you gotta just, where's this thing at? Place the dot at the end of the car path. There you go. So when you guys do this, or it doesn't show mine here because I already have one, but and this thing doesn't update until the next day. But anyways, if you guys click on that link, it'll give you a free $50. So nice. And here's a Rashida here. Nice work. So Rashida opened her Top Step account. She's up 1,150. So she's about like 10 to 20% away from, or she's about like 20, she's about 20% away from getting to that funded account. It's just one step. So nice work, Rashida. Solid profits right there. But yeah, if you guys use a link here, you guys will get $50 off. Plus you'll get another 60 to 70% off. So normally it's 130, it's $379 a month for a Top Step account. But if you use that link, it'll be at 129, I think. And then you get $50 off. So it'll be like under $100 for a $150 account or $150,000 account. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. If there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys need to trade, I would probably just not trade, guys. The market's not really moving too much, so it's not really worth the effort of getting caught in some, bad trades here. So I would just hold off till tomorrow. Tomorrow is NFP, so expect some crazy movements tomorrow, but that might be beneficial for us so that when we do take these scalps, we'll have that opportunity for price to really bounce to our entry points and then bounce straight to our TPs. So, all right, guys, looks like Maddie's calling it a day, YouTube Purity, and looks like everybody else is wrapping it up too. So, all right, guys.